ServiceNow Impact. As we begin, I just want to go over a couple of housekeeping items. First, this presentation may contain forward-looking statements that reflect the current beliefs of ServiceNow and are based on current information available. These forward-looking statements should not be relied upon in making purchasing decisions. Today's session is also a part of Live on ServiceNow, which is a curated event series that connects you with ServiceNow experts and peers that can help you deploy your products and achieve value faster. We hope you can join us again at another webinar or one of our 360 exchanges. You can see the schedule by scanning this QR code or using the link that I think we'll share in the chat. Also, before we begin, just a few more notes. We would love you to ask questions. We will reserve time at the end of the presentation for Q&A. So please use the Q&A feature within Zoom to ask questions throughout the session. We'll also be recording the session and then sharing it on the ServiceNow community afterwards. So feel free to head over to that community where you'll find the Impact Product Hub. And that's where you can engage with experts, ask questions, see the latest innovations, and look for other upcoming events. And then finally, look out for a survey following the session. We'd love to hear your thoughts. So as an introduction, as I mentioned, my name is Mika Sissinen. I'm on the product marketing team for Impact. I've also got my colleague, Matt Hong, on the call. Matt, before we bring you back on later for the demo, I'll let you introduce yourself here.
Yeah, thanks, Mika. Hey, everyone. My name is Matt. I am on the product management team for Impact. I've been at ServiceNow for a little under a year, about to hit the 1-year mark in the next month. But really excited to walk you through all of the new stuff that we have coming out for Xanadu.
Great to have you on, Matt. Thanks. Before we get into the main content, I would love to ask those of you on the call, how do you track value you're getting out of ServiceNow? So I think we're going to put up a poll in just a moment here. So how many of you track the value out of ServiceNow using formal metrics and dashboards, just a gut feeling, manually generated reports, or how many of you don't have a good tracking mechanism for value in place right now? I'm seeing results come in. I think I can see the live results here, but I'll show you guys the results. Very interesting. Give it just a few more moments as I see the results slowing down here. Okay, we will, a few more coming in here. There's kind of a horse race happening here between through those results. Really interesting. Okay, I'm going to end the poll. All right, so interesting. This time, we don't have a good tracking mechanism in place, actually one. On a few of these other surveys we've actually run this survey a few times. Sometimes formal metrics and dashboards actually does win out, but it just got edged out by a small margin this time. 42%. Don't have a good tracking mechanism in place. And fortunately, only 6% of you are using a gut feeling to track value out of ServiceNow. So if you did find that poll question hard to answer, you have come to the right place. We are going to be talking about ServiceNow Impact, which is all about achieving and measuring the value you get from ServiceNow. So here's what we're going to cover today. First, I will give you a brief refresher on what Impact is, then show you how it connects to the rest of the Xanadu release, how it helps you put Now Assist to work as well. Next, I'll do a brief overview of what's new in Xanadu for Impact. After that, Matt will do a demo of the latest features in Impact. And then finally, we'll close with time for Q&A, as mentioned. So just like I said a moment ago, Impact is all about value and helping you get more value faster out of your ServiceNow investment. It's what we're calling a value acceleration solution because it brings together predictive software and human expertise, and it's built right on the Now platform itself. There's a few key ways that Impact helps you get more value with ServiceNow. First, with its product adoption features, you're going to be able to accelerate innovation and progress with ServiceNow. It's got features like the capabilities map and automated recommendations that help you make sure that you're using your ServiceNow licenses to the fullest. Then it's going to help you boost the business value of ServiceNow by helping you figure out what your objectives are, apply metrics to them, and track your ROI. It's also got platform health and support capabilities. You're going to be able to optimize the health of and performance of your platform with tools like Instance Observer and Health Assessment Dashboard that's inside Impact, and access to technical and developer support so you can improve performance with all that. And finally, with the expertise that's part of Impact, you'll get help that's relevant to your industry when you need it, including help from your Impact squad or dozens of accelerators that you have access to as part of Impact. You'll also be able to access and increase your own bench strength with access to on-demand training. These are some of the results we've seen from Impact so far. Forrester Consulting did a study for us, and they found that Impact customers get 21% faster time to value for new applications. That is, customers with Impact are able to deploy new ServiceNow applications faster, which means their end users can start using them sooner. They also get 24% more value from the existing platform, which means they'll get more value from apps they've already deployed, because Impact helps them use more of the capabilities and increase their adoption. There's also an 11% higher productivity for end users. So people in your organization who use ServiceNow in their workflows will be more productive because they'll get more and faster access to productivity boosting ServiceNow capabilities. And finally, 12% higher productivity for operations staff. What that means is the people that manage and maintain ServiceNow itself are also more effective. And with the time they save, they can be redeployed to other higher value work. So before we move on to what's new for Impact, what I want to do is remind you that Xanadu is ServiceNow's biggest AI release yet. And if you're looking to put Gen AI features like Now Assist into production, Impact can help you every step of the way. Here's the 4 main ways Impact can help you do that. Number 1, it's going to help you set the foundation by helping you check if prerequisites for Now Assist are ready. And if not, you're going to get expert guidance to help set them up and get ready. Number 2, it's going to help you optimize the performance of your platform. Before you put Now Assist to work, Impact is going to make sure your ServiceNow platform is healthy and ready with platform health tools and expert guidance on best practices. And then third, it's also going to support you as you test and implement Now Assist and Gen AI. That means you'll be able to see Now Assist in action using a copy of your own data in a temporary instance and see how to enable and configure the capabilities that drive the most value for you. And you're going to get expert coaching all along the way. And then finally, it'll help you measure value and make sure you're driving the business results you need with Gen AI. It's going to do that by helping you refine your strategic vision, align capabilities you deploy to the outcomes you want, and then promote your success to stakeholders. So what is new in the Xanadu release for Impact? In this release, we've added more ways to accelerate adoption and make your team more efficient, as we always do. For instance, you'll find a number of new accelerators that help platform owners both adopt the latest capabilities in ServiceNow or assess their maturity and get recommendations for moving along their journey. We've also continued to listen to your feedback and make enhancements to the way Impact itself works, including how its recommendation engine works, its health assessment dashboard, and how you set up value blueprints. So now we will take a quick look into each feature before Matt comes back to provide a demo. First, let's talk about the Impact Accelerator Catalog. If you haven't heard about them before, accelerators inside Impact are fixed scope engagements that give you access to the right experts to get the outcomes you need. For the Xanadu release, we've added a bunch of new accelerators that help you implement, adopt, and extend your ServiceNow products. In the Jumpstart accelerators below, what you typically get is a temporary instance with a copy of your own data on it, so you can see exactly how that feature or capability would work with your own data. For Xanadu, we've added accelerators for CSDM, event management, process mining, issue auto resolution, and document intelligence. And then we've also got a new accelerator called Extend Your Employee Center to Pro that also includes a temporary copy per instance and shows you what it would look like if you upgraded it to the Pro license of Employee Center. This next batch of accelerators are designed for those of you that already have certain products or capabilities in production. So they're meant to help you review and assess their maturity and design and give you recommendations on how to maximize the value of your ServiceNow investment. We've got 2 new maturity assessments, one for integrated risk management and another one for software asset management. We've also got both a technical services and a business services assessment for CSDM. And we've added one for reviewing and designing your user experience taxonomy. If you're a platform owner inside Impact, you will see recommendations that have been automatically generated to help you increase the return on your ServiceNow investment. For Xanadu, what we've done is enhance that recommendation engine so that you get relevant recommendations faster, because now they're going to be triggered by initiatives that you complete that are similar or related. Plus, you're going to be able to see the reasons behind each recommendation if you go to the All Recommendations page, which we have also updated the user interface for, so you get richer contextual detail. This next enhancement is also great for platform owners. Impact has a health assessment dashboard that shows you how your ServiceNow platform is performing. It shows you your health scores based on 5 key metrics, which are manageability, performance, security, upgradability, and user experience. And it also shows you actions you can take to improve those scores. But starting with Xanadu, the dashboard will now be automatically refreshed every month, which means you'll be able to start working on improving platform performance sooner. The last enhancement I'll mention before Matt comes on is to our value blueprint process. A value blueprint in Impact is a way to define your strategic vision for ServiceNow and pick the right success metrics for you. It feeds into a couple of dashboards also inside Impact, which are the Outcomes Performance Dashboard, which helps you track KPIs, and the Business Value Dashboard, which can help you put a dollar figure against your progress. Inside Xanadu, what is new is that automated data collection is now available for 2 more ServiceNow products, which are App Engine and Enterprise Architecture, which was formerly called APM. That means it's going to be easy to report on business value driven by these products on a regular basis. Plus, if you have the guided package of Impact, Impact is now automatically going to generate value outcome insights pages for you, even if you had existing value blueprints that you previously set up. With that said, now it is finally time for Matt to do his demo of all this new stuff. Matt, I'm going to let you take it away.
All right. Thank you so much, Mika, for walking us through that. Go ahead and enter my screen. Hey, everyone. Just as a refresher, I'm Matt. I'm part of the Impact product management team. I'm super excited to share with you all some of the newest features that are available with the Xanadu release. So today, we're going to walk through a bit of how to access our new accelerators, the health assessment dashboard, and value blueprint enhancements that Mika had mentioned earlier today. So first, let's see how you can access some of our newest accelerators for November. So as a refresher, you can initiate an accelerator from your Impact portal. First, let's head into the accelerator catalog, which is located under initiatives and accelerators here. From here, you'll see a list of all available accelerators broken up by their category from architecture, strategy, and technical. Down below, you'll see a full list of our entire accelerator catalog. And so let's search for some of our newest accelerators, like Jumpstart Your Issue Auto Resolution, which is going to be available in Xanadu. So once I search, I probably need to search a little bit more. There we go. Cool. You can search right here. And once we click on the tile, as we see right here, we'll see highlights about this accelerator, details of the major activities that are going to happen during this engagement, as well as resources that are needed from your side on who should be involved for this accelerator. So once you're ready to schedule, you can go ahead and click Get Started to follow the setup down here. So like Mika mentioned, in November, we will have over 10 new accelerators to help you and your team get value from the ServiceNow platform as fast as possible. Next, let's take a look quickly at health assessment dashboards, which is a feature that we launched in May of this year, but have been making continuous improvements and enhancements to. First, this auto-generated report provides detailed insights and recommended next best actions, ultimately reducing your technical debt. At the top here, we can review the health assessment findings broken up by the 5 key categories here from manageability, performance, security, upgradability, and user experience. If we're unsure as to what some of these categories mean, there's no problem. We can quickly hover over the info icon or read up on what findings fall under this category. The top line numbers that we see here represent findings, which are defined as areas of improvement or anomalies that require our immediate attention. Findings are then broken into 3 categories based on urgency that we see here from Act, Recommend, and Discuss. If we click on one of these, so for example, let's click on Discuss, the associated findings pop up where we can sift through and address. On every finding, we'll see a short description on what this anomaly or area of improvement is, the associated health scan definition, details directly on the finding, how often it's occurring, what category falls under, the rating, what products are involved, truly giving us a 360 view into our platform health findings. But that's not all. We can also view the best action to remediate this finding. If we click right here, we get linked to a knowledge article on the best practice and resolution thus helping link insight to action. We go back here, we can get an even more granular view on findings broken up by specific products, as we see right here. Let's say our team has recently implemented some new API integration tools. Here we can see there are almost 60 findings on performance, which is not surprising given a new implementation. Similarly, if we click in, we'll get a list of all findings related to this category and product. Last, let's take a look at the enhancements we made to Value Journey. As a refresher, the value blueprinting process is a tried and tested methodology to help you understand, track, and measure what you want to achieve with ServiceNow. In Xanadu, we've made updates to make this process even easier and automated. In the past, customers would open up this page and it would be blank as you're just getting started. And then you would have to work with your squad to help build this together. And you would also have to manually collect data, which is quite painful. But now we've made the process much more automated. Impact will auto-select objectives and outcomes so that you automatically have a starting point. We choose objectives and outcomes based on your product usage, as well as applications that Impact can automatically collect data on. These objectives will help us articulate how ServiceNow delivers value. These are based on a foundation of over 250 outcomes that have been tried and tested with other customers. So although Impact will automatically select some objectives for us, as we can see here, we can still augment the objectives and outcomes we'd like to track. Here, what we can do is we can first select a product that we want to track outcomes for, and we can see exactly what Impact has automatically selected for us. But down below, if we want to select something or augment to this, so for example, let's say we want to add a different objective, like ensuring high availability, go ahead and click in and learn a little bit more about what this outcome is actually tracking. And then if it sounds good, we can select it right here, start tracking that immediately. So let's go ahead and take a look at also some of those auto-generated pages that Mika was talking about here. Let's click into this business objective on increasing employee productivity and scroll down to one of our operational outcomes. Let's say reducing disruption from incidents by volume. When we click into the outcome, we can learn more about it and now have a 360 view into reducing disruption from incidents. On the left-hand side right here, we can see that the outcome is actually contributing to actual business value to increasing employee productivity. And on the right-hand side here, we were able to take a look at the trend for this specific outcome. It looks like things are going well. They're trending down. The overall duration has been going down. And when we compare ourselves to peers in our industry, we're doing above average with regards to this outcome, but we could always be doing better. So what do we know what to do next? We can first review what ServiceNow capabilities are directly tied to this business outcome. Here on the left-hand side, we get a list of all related capabilities and their stage of adoption, from planning, in use, not in use, so forth. When we click into one of these, let's say incident management, we receive a summary of what it is, as well as the list of resources to help us get started. This automatically reflects the status that we would normally see in the capabilities map. Now on here, it looks like virtual agent is currently not in use by our company. And right next to it, if we look at some of the recommendations that pop up in here, we see a recommendation to take an accelerator to jumpstart virtual agent. So new in Xanadu, we've added the ability for contextual recommendations as you see on this page right here, allowing you to act quickly, taking that insight to action. Recommendations can also now automatically get pushed to you as a response to a specific action done in Impact. So you can trigger a recommendation based on any change that creates or updates a table in Impact. So for example, like completing an accelerator. So let's read up on this accelerator, which looks like it's perfect for us to get started on virtual agent. You can initiate it directly right here on this page automatically if you'd like to. So also to help us track progress, we've created an outcomes performance page, new one where you can track your progress across all the outcomes that you are currently tracking on. And similarly, on these pages, we can compare ourselves to peers, take recommend action immediately to accelerate our progress on these outcomes. So with that, thank you so much for the time. Hope that gave you a great overview of some of our newest features and enhancements in Xanadu. But with that, I'll pass it back to Mika to close up on this webinar.
Great. Thank you, Matt. I believe I'm sharing my screen again. So before we end with time for Q&A, let's recap the key takeaways from today's session. First, I want to remind you that Xanadu is the biggest ServiceNow AI release yet, and Impact can help you put Now Assist and Gen AI to work even faster, all the way from setting up your prerequisites to measuring the impact on your business. Second, as in every release, we've added lots of new accelerators, including Jumpstart Your CSDM and several new maturity assessments. You can find them all on our ServiceNow documentation site. And finally, we're continuing to listen to your feedback and make Impact work even better, for instance, with enhancements to our recommendation engine, health assessments, and the value blueprint process. All right, it is time for Q&A. Let me take a look